everyone, it's Jamie here from FX Learning. In today's video, I want to show you a video of one of our hedge fund traders back testing the binary destroyer. Now it's a very interesting video, so I'm going to show you that. But firstly, we had our first free webinar last night for all 12,000 members. Now, if you don't know about this, every Sunday we have a webinar for our VIP members. And what we do is we set the homework for the coming week. So this week's training topic is all about RSI and diversions. So what we do is we get all the VIP members together in a webinar. We go over some live trades and we show you the good trades, we show you the bad trades, and we set everyone homework for the week. So everybody's prepared and set for the coming trading week. Now, straight after that, we have our free webinar. So you head over to the Facebook group. I'll put the link for that in below. So you don't need to sign up. You don't need to sign up with your email address. Just join the Facebook group. And every Saturday, I will share the link and the time for the webinar. And then on Sunday, we have the webinar, and it gives you a chance to kind of interact with some of the BD members. It gives you a chance to chat to us in front of the chart, see how the binary destroyer works. You get some free training, and it's just a good way of building up a community of traders. So yeah, if you want to get involved, just join the Facebook group and look out for my posts on Saturday and Sunday, and you can do that. I'll be doing it every single Sunday, and I'll show you some of the results now. Okay, what I also like about this trade, again, let's talk about diversions. Look at the RSI. RSI is getting weaker and weaker. See this? We're making lower highs. So RSI comes up, comes down, comes up, comes down, comes up. Does something like this, yeah? RSI is slow. So yeah, as you can see, the webinar went amazing. So now I want to show you a video of one of our institutional traders back testing the binary destroyer. It's very interesting. Now, before you ask, yes, we do have some institutional traders in the binary destroyer. Now, they haven't bought the binary destroyer because they want the training and support. They bought it because they want the indicator. Now, these traders are at the top of their game. They do market breakdown for banks. They do hedge fund trading. You know, most of them are down in London. Now, the way they trade is they look to target around 5 to 10% a month. Now, 5% a month might not be a lot for you, but when you're talking hundreds of thousands of pounds of trading accounts, even maybe millions of pounds of trading accounts, 5% of £1 million is quite a lot of money. So that's what they target. Now, if they can do that off the smaller time frames, the intraday trading, so if they can do that off the smaller time frames, they're interested, and that's why they bought the binary destroyer. Now, what's interesting about this, okay, and what's interesting about the way they trade is they're not interested in strategies. They're interested in numbers. If the binary destroyer can deliver them numbers, that's what they're interested in, okay? And let me give you an example. If I said to you right now, wait for the price to enter this zone, get into a trade, at the close of the arrow, you would make money. Now, what they would do is they would put that theory to the test. Okay, they would do 1,000 trades with the binary destroyer, with the trend, without the trend, and then they would give me an Excel sheet on the probability of making money with the binary destroyer. And it's actually very interesting because they talk in percentages and they talk in numbers. Okay, they're not interested in all the waffling and all the hype in trading. They cut straight to the business. They want to know numbers. Now, the way they backtest the binary destroyer is very interesting, and I love the way they do it because it gives me a chance to actually prove to everyone, look, the binary destroyer does work. You can't say it doesn't work because here's the proof, and these guys are at the top of the game. Now, the person in question is named Simon. He is one of our admins, okay, and he's going to be taking over our price action trading with Forex. Now, I asked him to do some online courses for us, which will be in the members area, and he was basically back testing our strategies, see if they're profitable over time, and then he was going to do a course on them. So yeah, this is his video on back testing the binary destroyer.
Hi guys, Simon here. I am back testing the AND strategy. Seems to be quite good how I've been doing it so far. So I'm just going to keep playing on what I've been doing already. All you got to do, in all fairness, you don't need the RSI I look for. You don't need a trend dash at the moment. I'm just going to just trade it how I would at the moment. So at the moment, just so you know, the arrows alternate each other. So the next one will be a down arrow. So you have to wait sometimes for a bit of this. So we're just going to play it along for the moment and see what happens, yeah? And we will go from there. So there's no trade there. Remember the rules, the arrow has to be outside the band. Pullback mode, this one here, the top one must be switched on. Okay, there we are, it's all on. So we look for now. So we're looking for a red one. Obviously it won't come up just yet. We had the red one just yet. These, no, nothing there at all. So we're just going to keep playing on for the moment and see what happens. I'm not, so that there, that's not a signal, okay, yeah? The arrow has to be outside the band. Now I'm just going to zoom in. I mean, I know obviously if you zoom in so far it looks like it is, but then you can see the arrow is actually still printed inside the second band there. So that is not a trade whatsoever, and I'm not interested in taking that whatsoever. Don't know what's happened there. Close that. Right, let's keep going on. So the next one will be a red, next one will be a green. So what happens next? I'm not worried about the trend. I'm not worried about nothing at all. So we won't get a green arrow there because it just formed there. So let's see what happens. We should get a red one at some point. There's your red one. So now really what's going to happen is it will probably pop back down again and give us a green arrow at some point. Let's have a look what happens. So technically that is the rule. It's outside the band. Simple as that. Now on this trade here, let's have a look what's 3 pips like. I would give it a 3 pip stop, I would in this. So zoom that out a little bit. Just do that. 3 pips is going to be there roughly. So we just draw a line in for you guys. Let's just draw that in there. Is that 3 pips? Let's have a look. That's a bit too far up, so let's just go a little further up than that. That's my stop. Now here, where do you take profit? Well, to be quite honest, 3 pips would be ideal. So technically this level with this higher here, so I want to take it. That's as far as I want to go really, in all fairness. Let's see what happens. Let's scale this up a bit better. There we are. So we know where our stop is. Is it going to be a winner? Nope, that ain't a winner. That's a loss, that is. So that's one of the first trades I've lost so far. It met all the rules, and that's all you do with trading. Just take the rules and off you go. So we go for the next trade now, we will. Zoom back out again. Make life a little bit easier. Bear in mind, RSI was oversold as well then, so it's a good trade. It's a good enough trade to take. That's not outside the band. Don't care what you say, it's not outside the band. Not outside the band. Outside the band. Okay, so this one might be slightly different. We've got a little swing low here as well. What's that? How much is that? So we do a 3.5 pip stop there. The reason why, it gives a bit of breathing space there as well. We will just put a line in there. That's where I think the stop should be. And again, take profit. You've got a few things you could do here. You can do a trend line like that, you could. Which case, I would probably want to head a little bit higher. Let's have a look. Do we get a 1-to-1 ratio here? Let's have a look. We would get that just to the trend line. That's happy for that one. There you go. That's it. That's it. You won that one. So that one there, you lost 1% up here. You did, but you made about 1.1% here because if you're 3.5 pip stop there, 3.5, aiming for 5 pips. That's over 1.5%. So you're already up. You are so far, and that's it done. So we delete that now. That trade's done. Thank you very much. Let's go to the next one now. So all you got to do. Is there going to be another green one there? No, there won't be no green one there now by the looks of it. So you're hoping for a red candle, but it won't come up because the red one's there. So we won't get a red candle there just yet. You'll get a green one coming first of all, you will. At some point. Now, if it pops up, so here now, if it pops up to here and gives a signal here, you'd have a double top pattern. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. But clearly, what I thought isn't going to happen, clearly, by the looks of it. And that's not in the band, so no trade. We carry on. That's not outside the band, that's still inside the band, no trade. No, nothing there so far. So at the moment we're not doing nothing at the moment. You've got to be patient for this strategy, because all strategies, they give you the signals when they happen, they happen. And this is the idea. So there's no point in taking crappy trades all the time, because the more rubbish you take, the more you're going to lose, pretty much. As simple as that. Even though you may think it might go up or go down, you don't actually know. For the strategy overall will help you. So here we've moved back up again. Looks like I've got a double top pattern. We won't get a red candle, red arrow. We get a green arrow first, we will. So let's look for the green arrow to start with. Where will the green arrow come in? Looks like it's decelerating a little bit. We should see the green arrow in a minute now, we should do. Let's have a look. There's your green arrow. So now, that red arrow, is it going to form there? Yeah, it's formed, but that's outside the band. There's no trade there either. So we'll wait again. There's your green arrow. Where's the red one going to form? Not where we... No, that didn't print. So we have a red arrow first of all, we will. There's that red arrow. So now if we get a green arrow around here somewhere, that would be another trade idea. Which, no, it's not going to happen. Still nothing at the moment. So sometimes it goes like this with trading. You get nothing for ages and ages, and all of a sudden you'll get an arrow after arrow after arrow, you will. So it's just one of the things you have to be patient for and wait. There's still no trade yet. This is why the strategy is quite good, you see, because it doesn't give you that many signals, which people seem to think is a bad thing, but you don't want to take loads and loads of trades. Just take the right trades. Remember, you can trade more than one pair, so although we're trading like it looks slow here, you may find we're better later on. Again, these arrows are just not outside the outer band, so there's no point at all in trading it. So nothing at all so far, nothing at all. Bear in mind, the time at the bottom, by the way, guys, is in European +2, so +2 GMT. Again, another arrow, no signal because it's not on the outer band. Let's just keep going. I'm going to speed up a little bit, guys. So if it popped back up again and gave us another red arrow, it would be nice to see. Not going to get that, nope. At the moment it's doing nothing at all, which is good in a way, that is, because we know we're going to get decent valid signals when they do pop up. Nope. Still nothing, guys, nothing at all. And it's getting late in the night. Okay, so that is not an arrow. It is an arrow, but it didn't pop out outside of the band. So still nothing there at all. Let's keep going. See, there's no arrow. There's nothing there at all so far. The only time I wouldn't be wanting to trade is with the market gaps on a Sunday night. It's very hard to judge a gap, it is. And if you got an arrow, I wouldn't do it. Again, the green was wasn't outside the band, so there's nothing there at all. It looks like the market's just moving quite sideways now for a bit, which is, I suppose you could say it's boring in a way, but boring trading's always good. You make money. No green arrow still. Have I missed an arrow? That was a trade there. I missed an arrow because of my screen, actually, fair enough. So what would you done there? Again, minimum of three pips. Let's have a look there. The 3 pips at the bottom there. It would have made 3 pips at the top, funny enough. I thought it was funny how I missed the arrow. With the second red one come up, I realised I missed the arrow. But yeah, that's a trade there, no problem at all. Just be careful of that, obviously. That's how you might miss a trade. A classic example of missing trades, that is. So if you was live in the market, I would have missed that. Although maybe I'd adjust the screen a bit more, you've got more time to look for it. But either way, I would definitely have missed that trade if it was live in the market, because clearly I didn't have that there. So what we're going to do is now is this. We're going to start taking some of these things off. I don't like them. I think it's objects. Is it objects? I don't think it's, let's have a look. No, it's not objects. It's, as you can probably tell, guys, I don't actually use MT4 much. Delete that. Delete that. And I thought I deleted that. No, I don't know how to delete that. No idea. But either way, it's a bit better. That is maybe a bit clearer. And we'll lower this down a bit as well. No, you're not going to see that. Okay, fine. So just bear that in mind. You have to make sure you see the whole band. Okay, guys. Even the great people do make mistakes. So here we move back up now. We are looking for a red. So we won't get that first. We'll get a green first. We will. By the looks of it. See, now, would I trade that arrow? Yes, it's done everything you want it to do, but that's in the middle of the band, that is. That's not very nice. I mean, let's just say you did, but I mean, you've got to be desperate for that. I know it's 4 pips for 4 pips, yeah? So just draw that in. I would not personally trade this. Even if it wins, I think it's a bad trade. You're in the middle of the band. It's rubbish for the... Although the arrow's done what it wanted to do, that's in the middle. That's not a normal arrow. Let's see what happens if it wins. And yes, it would have won. I still wouldn't take that trade. I think it's a horrible trade. But again, just keep them to the rules here, yeah? So we put a 4 pip stop on that one. Well, 3.7. I'll put a 4 pip stop on that. Why did I target 4 pips? It's a nice round number. It was below the wick. It was below the bands, it was. And it's an in and out trade. Because 4 pips, if you went to the other side here, from this entry point here, targeting here, 5 pips would have won. So, although I'm not going to class that as a win, some of you may think that's fantastic, but that to me isn't a good enough trade for me. When you start betting thousands of pounds per trade, trust me, you only take the very best in the end. It's not that you're not desperate to take trades, you get into the habit of not taking the bad ones. Simple as that. So let's keep moving ahead now, pressing forward. But as you can see, you don't get many signals, but the signals you do get are of good quality, and that's really what matters here, is the quality of signal. And you take those good quality signals, you will make money trading. So here, if this moves down now, we will get most likely a green arrow at some point. So let's see what happens. Nope, it ain't going to move down. That isn't going to move down now by the looks of it. See, as I was saying, yeah, quality signals is what you want the most of, really, in all fairness. Again, that wasn't a signal, it wasn't a trade, simple as that. By the way, this is the 1 minute chart, and I know a lot of people think I'm like a master at doing whatever. I have no idea what the 1 minute charts does. I never look at the 1 minute chart. I've never really backtested the 1 minute chart, and it doesn't concern me at all. That green wasn't actually in the band either, although the band was changed slightly different, it wasn't in the band. So we look for a red one first. No, the red hasn't happened yet. Right, so there's your red one. So a move back down to this level here, 1.694 area, and then giving us a green candle would be nice to see. So let's have a look. That is not a signal, it's inside the band. No trade. So we're going to have the again a red arrow come up. The green going to come up? No, not the bands. Well, outside the bands, shall I say. So move this down. Remember last time the arrow came out, we didn't see it, so let's not have that same mistake again. Where's that green arrow? Oh, green arrow, I missed it there, can't there. Red arrow done nothing, don't want that. Arrow was in the band, no trade. Some people get frustrated with this, you see, and that's not what trading's all about. Although trading does actually test your patience and everything else, people will get frustrated, but at the same time, you just need to just relax a little bit and see what happens. So after the next trade, we're going to call it quits because the video is getting a bit long now. This is for actual live trading. So we'll try and find one more trade. If it's a win or loss, it doesn't really matter. I haven't kept track on the wins. I can't. I didn't write nothing down. So obviously, I know we've made money. I know we've won more than we've lost. So that's the main thing of trading. The strategy is working. You can pick any pair of any time frame, or any pair size on 1 minute time frame, and trade it like this, no problem at all. If you've got like 5 or 6 pairs at once going on, it won't be too bad. Ah, there you are. That's a trade there. That is perfect. We're looking for. How many pips is that one? 3 pips, we call that one again. There we are there. Make sure that is 3 pips. 3 pips is up there. 3 pips is about there it is. Just double check. That's 3 pips. Now what we're going to target. So target at least the middle here somewhere. So I'm going to put a line here as well for this one. Oh, let's have a look. Right, we can do a trend line first, can we? We got a trend line there. Yeah, that's what I'd aim for first of all. So the target will be around about 6 pips roughly. 6 pips I'll be looking for there. So anything within the lower part of this bullish engulfing candle, let's see what happens. That's a win as well. So that was definitely a 2 to 1, another 2% trade there. Done over in a couple of minutes, no problem at all. No stacking, just a straight up trade. So yeah. As you can see straight away, every time I see a trade, just take it. I don't look at nothing. I've nothing on RSI. The BD bands, just to highlight the figures of the BD bands, what they are, the inputs. This is the inputs I'm using. I've done nothing, not changed nothing. Everything is how it should be on the BD5. They're the figures. Done nothing at all. Don't touch it. And yeah, just trade it on the pullback. When you see that arrow outside the band, just take it. Minimum 3 pips stop. Obviously, you need to obviously do other double check. If you got a double top pattern here, for example, or this here was a lower high and it just come up with the red arrow, I would put it above the swing high of the previous one, obviously, but because this is the highest one, just 3 pips above everything, above the band, above everything there. If it was like say for example you entered there and 3 pips was around this area here, I'll do that kind of gap on the screen, so it might be a bit more, but then the target would be a bit more anyway, so you wouldn't lose out anyway that way. So yeah, that's how I would trade the AND strategy, and I'm looking forward to Monday to seeing what there is available.